There was a boy from a small village in Penambang, Kelantan, who had a great encompassing dream. He envisioned the traditional Malay heritage artwork of his exotic land travel the world. He wanted to take the very icon of Kelantan handcrafted art, Batik, and showcase it to the most discerning of international connoisseurs. He dreamt of it being worn by royalties, celebrities, and world leaders. But how can that boy do it? No one in his family has ever done it, and no one in his family has gone to the world. His world was only the small village in Kelantan, and all he had was a dream and the vision of his grandfather and his uncles toiling to perfect their craft, but getting pennies for their hard work. Let me bring all of you to this journey where you can see for yourself what the world looked like from that boy's eyes 25 years ago. The artisans you saw in the video were young and old, but mostly old. And the work that they did was actually paid as little as 1 ringgit per piece. Now, at this year 2022, you can just imagine how much it was 25 years ago. That was actually the nightmare that has traumatized that young boy. And it was not other people, it was actually the family members of him. And then, the journey of this boy was not easy. He was trained as an architect, then holds a business MBA, and yet he chose this journey that is less traveled. And because of that, he was frowned upon, he was always looked down, and he still chose this journey. And that boy stands right before you with one vision and one mission: to make Malaysian craft world-class. And actually to make the world a happy place and a better place for everyone. And when we are talking about these artisans' products, it was actually the manifestation that we want to promote. And also with this current mechanism that we use in this current trend. Next slide, please. I was also told about the story of a silver case by an artisan when the artisans were paid by trader at 6,000 ringgit, merely 6,000 ringgit, and the trader brought it to the market and sold at 10 times the price. So you can see that this is how much the value of our craft. This is how much the value of our artisans' skills. and even the world knows it. So not only in batik and other craft categories also face the same fate. And then craft is actually the physical manifestation of our root. Yes, when we're talking about the value, we can say that NFT or this is not the issues of that. Or perhaps when we are going into the trend, then maybe we will be talking about the coins, the NFT. We put that aside for now. Yes, they are those who can put the price to a higher and higher level depending on the demand in the market. But this is about the dignity, about the integrity of our artisans and respect to the skills of our artisans. And because of that, I saw my grandfather and my uncles were having an obscure life, difficult life till the end. And yet these are the group of people who keep the heritage alive, continuing the legacy and passed on to the next generation. And it is a customary for our local craft to be presented to the king of Ayutthaya through the bunga mas or the golden flower back in the past. And also the silverware was presented to the Queen of England. That is how high the level of our skilled workers and the level of our masterpiece. And when I said about the story of this physical manifestation of our root, through craft, you get to see your culture. Through craft, you get to see your heritage. And through craft, you get to see yourself. And now, there are a few who have already been doing, presenting and bringing out the hidden gems of Malaysia and parading it to the international stage so that the world can see. And for that boy, he has got his dream appeared into reality when he got to have his brand that he called Rus Gahara to be used by the royalties, the dignitaries, and international high-profile clients. So because of that, Rus Gahara has been trying to promote, yes, when we are giving out to the international market or even the domestic market, the story of the artisans might be at one point of ratio that not everybody would want to listen. But the first thing they want to listen is, what is that to present? What is the outcome? What is the product that they want to see? Whether it's beautiful, whether it's appealing, or whether it's in trend with the current market or current lifestyle. So yes, Rus Gahara has been trying to promote the artworks from the east coast of Malaysia to London, to Dubai, to New York, San Francisco, Budapest, and many other countries. And how do we get to do that? It was actually through one single language that I will share later on. And Rus Gahara has been featured in various different magazines, international magazines, Vogue, British Tatler, Travel and Living Channel. And it's all coming down into this one point where we are actually promoting the language of the artisan. I myself is an artisan. And I also can be proud that we are trying to bring out the legacy of the 14th centuries from the Asian wood carving or Malaysian wood carving from the Langkasuka era. And through that language or through the stories, the legendary queen, the legendary warrior queen, Cik Siti Wan Kembang, has appeared. And the narration of those with Putri Sadong and whatnot can actually be brought out and spoken of in that very piece of batik from Rus Gahara. So this is actually the narration of the artisans can actually be brought out into the consumers or the final users. And I think this is what made Rus Gahara stands out, and we can actually promote our brand or our product to the international market. I wouldn't say that this is the only mechanism or formula for any heritage brands or somebody who are involved in the business of heritage or culture to be practiced, but this is one of the mechanisms that worked. It's all about the artisan, it's all about the makers, it's all about those who put their sweat and tears into producing one piece, and they cannot be paid at 1 ringgit. At first, I was thinking about revitalizing the industry of Malaysian batik only, and be the voice of the batik artisan who are unrepresented or underrepresented. But being on the ground and being a passionate player in the industry, my eyes and vision has expanded after witnessing the struggles and the loopholes that we are in. So now, from only the Malaysian batik industry, I want to revitalize the whole entire craft ecosystem in Malaysia. From the very talented single mother who produced intricate kelarai mat weaving, to the makers of Wow Bulan. These are the unsung heroes who continue to keep our heritage alive. So I'm standing here right now for them. It is the story of these artisans. It is the story of our people. After almost 2 decades, I think the world is coming to our doorstep, my doorstep, the cradle of Malay culture, the land where I was born, a heaven on earth. My birthplace is also the birthplace of Malaysian batik, and so many of the master artisans. This is where the legacy continues. And the journey has just begun. And everything that we do right now is always about empowering the next generation of master artisan, especially from the rural Malaysia. Because we cannot afford to lose our heritage. And we cannot afford to lose our history and legacy of what ancestors has been working on so much. And it took centuries for them to build what we have today. And it's fading out. So I would really welcome everyone to be coming together with us. Every comrades or everybody who can even think of being a consumer, being a maker, or being somebody who can connect, so that the industry will keep on flourish. Separate, we're just loose threads, but together we're a woven fabric. We open our heart and doors to you. Come, be enlightened, awaken. Thank you very much.